Yes, Sunday after church, we're about to replace this bad boy. When we got a couple inches taller, we'll still be able to make it fit. First thing you want to know about changing out a water heater is, go find where the water meter is, the main to the house, so that you can know where that's at, turn it off in case you... Trust me on this, folks. When water's spewing all over the place, it's not the ideal time to find the water meter because it could be buried. It might be located in a area you never thought to check. So before we do anything, we're gonna go and figure out where it's at. Could that be it? Nah. That's a hole right there. Let's check on the other side of it. You got two blue spots right there. So, hey, looky there. That's one. You would assume that this is like a townhome, 2 units, 1 dwelling. So we're gonna see, but what we'll do is we'll turn it off and check it. You're a landlord, you have got to have one of these. This right here is a water meter shutoff for your property. Well, we just turned that water spigot on and there's nothing really coming out of it, so we are good to go. We got the hose outside, it's currently draining. Got it unhooked, that way it'll allow air in there. The thing to do is if you can't get these off right at the moment, take your pop-off valve, put it in that position, it will let air go in and it's actually gonna drain a lot quicker. Unhook your electricity, use your digital meter, make sure that the power's not live, turn the breaker off, check it first, then unhook it, make sure that you got no reading, and we are on our way. Now, a lot of times you get a PEX fitting, you gotta cut it off like that. There is a device that you can use to bust that ring so you can reuse that fitting. This is what they call a ring buster, okay? You put it in, crimp it, it breaks it, do it on the other side, boom, you're done. Now you can reuse that PEX fitting, which these are like $3-4 a piece. It makes a difference. So just a little FYI for you. There is this tool that is available. It's pretty cool. Just goes in there and crimps it and breaks it. If you watch my videos for any length of time, you'll know that I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed. I leave these on. And the reason for that, when I get done hooking it up and getting it filled, that's when I will go ahead and attach the wire to it. The reason for that is that if you throw the juice to it, make it hot, and it's not filled, then it's gonna burn the elements up. Ask me how I know this, all right? Now, the other thing is if you drain it with it on, okay, it's going to end up doing the same thing. Now, you don't have to worry about that so much because, you know, the old one's going to get, the new one's got new elements in it, so it's not that big of a deal. However, it's good practice for you to do that and, you know, just go from there, so to speak, and everything. Changing out a water heater is not a big bugaboo, but it will save you some scratch, no doubt. Something to think about. I used to be under the premise of, well, it's only this amount of money or it's that amount. And we all have that amount substantial, you know, that kind of makes us cringe, so to speak. One thing that you got to figure out, though, is that once you get 35, 36 units and you start figuring out if I'm having to do change outs on the AC, if I'm having to replace water heaters, if I'm having to do this, having to do that, and you say you do 5 a year, you know, 10 a year, whatever it is, that adds up to a lot of money. So $100 savings or $1,000 savings, that becomes substantial over time. Always watch your numbers, folks. That will tell you if the business is profitable or not. You have got to know your numbers. Unfortunately, that water is draining, but it's draining real slow. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but it's always good that when it's getting filled, open that pop-off valve, let air that was in there. We're going to go open up some faucets as well. It'll start flowing much better. We'll end up putting LVP in here for the customer, paint it. These are out-of-state investors. They're going to put it on the market, sold. Water's still not in the tank. The tank's got to be filled, and then water will start coming out, but this will allow the air to escape as it's filling up. Got a little bit more flow. It's got air in the line, it's escaping. And when it comes out, it's going to be real dirty, and then it'll clear up. Just let it run for a while. If you want a good laugh, Google cut open old water heater and see what you see from the pictures of when somebody will cut the side of this thing and open it up. Nasty, nasty. That's the stream you want right there. That valve over there is all the way open. I'm not hearing it run. You can kind of put your ear to it. Nothing. We're going to go ahead and hook the electricity up. That way, while I'm cleaning up, it'll start heating some of the water up. Always check it, make sure before you leave, keep the customer happy. See what I did here? Tag is gone. Here's the reason for that is if you don't do these things on a very regular basis and you've got a system, then at times you can get, or I get discombobulated in this process, okay? So what I do is leave that tag on until it comes time. See, the thing's already filled, okay? So now it's time to hook it up. We got it all hooked up. We're gonna go make it hot. And we've run our hands around here. Got no water leaks. We're good to go there. Whenever you do that and the breaker doesn't trip, it's always a good thing because it means that it's not shorted, touching metal or anything. That wire that's going to here, that's 30 amp, 220. It's a what they call a 10 gauge wire. It's thick, heavy, hard to work with, pain in the butt. Definitely no fun whatsoever. We're about getting this thing wrapped up. There's the old rig right there. The money maker. Needs to be cleaned out a little bit. Had to stop and get us some lemonade. This place has got the second best. First place for lemonade, always Chick-fil-A. So there you have it. That was a Sunday. Not a typical Sunday. Most of the time I do try to take it off and don't do any work during the day, but you know, it just doesn't always happen. And sometimes you get that opportunity and you just got to go with it. And so that's what I did as far as changing out the water heater and whatnot. I am trying more to make more money outside of the rental so that at least my pay is not bleeding the company. You know, right now I just want to be stacking cash, and I am going to be buying a mobile home lot. It has a mobile home on it. However, it's in bad shape. I don't think it can be rebuilt. I think it's going to be more practical to have it demoed and hauled off and get the place cleaned up and then just rent the lot. Let somebody put their RV on, and that way they pay electricity and water, you know, and I'm not having to worry about anything. And the price is good enough that, you know, I just can't pass it up. It's just one of those things. So there you have it. If you'd like 15 minutes of my time for free, there's an email description. Send me an email with the phone number. I'll call you and include your phone number, and I'll give you a call at some point. Hope you have a fantastic day.